Hey all, this is Qesankh for Project Illuminated, and I just want to talk to you about the new film Exodus, Gods and Kings, which is coming out this December, I believe. Well, they just released a new trailer. It's a little longer trailer, and it looks fantastic. It has awesome effects, directed by Ridley Scott, stars Christian Bale and Sigourney Weaver. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with what's going on, but on the social channels like the discussion forums and Facebook and Twitter, there's this sort of outrage by the African American community and the white community as well, and the criticism centers around how, Hollywood is still portraying the ancient Egyptians as lily white instead of who they really were, which was black Africans. So these have got people in an uproar, and they want answers from Hollywood. And of course, Hollywood puts out a statement that this is not an actual portrayal of the biblical story, that it's taking creative license and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, and I want to make this point really, really clear for those who are upset about how Hollywood is portraying the ancient Egyptians, is this. Hollywood has never wavered in their agenda. In fact, they're very consistent in what they have been doing ever since Charlton Heston and the Ten Commandments. They have made it very clear that their agenda is to basically whitewash the Bible and history. And the real shame about this is that it's great that we see this joined hand-in-hand approach by the African American community and a lot in the white community who are very knowledgeable and somewhat scholarly on what the Egyptians should look like. But what is really sad is that you have your Christians, most of whom I'm referring to are African Americans, who are buying into all of this and saying, well, color doesn't matter, it's not a big thing. So why should this be like an issue? We're going to see the movie regardless. And that's truly sad to see that they've taken that approach instead of trying to bring this issue up and address it. Now, let's talk about how it should be addressed versus how it's being addressed right now. I do have a problem with both the African American community and the white community, who are very educated on the subject matter, asking Hollywood for answers. And I don't think there should be any shock and any dismay when Hollywood continues to put out movies like this. Don't demand answers, just understand that they're being very consistent. But the real questions, and maybe a little bit of the upset attitude and your dismay, should be focused more toward asking the questions to the right people. And those people are the African Americans who are in Hollywood with power and clout to be able to produce their own version of Exodus or the Ten Commandments or Noah, which was just released not too long ago and didn't have any African American characters, which is a shame. So let's ask the question of Spike Lee, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, Anton Fuqua, F. Gary Gray, LeVar Burton, Steve McQueen. Let's ask all of these very powerful, influential African Americans in Hollywood, why have they not made a film that portrays us in our ancestry of the kings and queens of Egypt? And I know the answer, but let them speak for themselves. I think that's who we should be directing some of our anger at. We don't need to be angry, but we do need to be asking the right questions to the right people. Ask them, why have they not pulled their finances together, their economic clout and power together, like Spike Lee did to make Malcolm X, and produced a really great biblical film. In addition to that, in addition to the people in Hollywood, let's ask the very wealthy ministers, the Christian ministers. T.D. Jakes, very wealthy, and he says he's now a producer. He's produced a couple of films, but none of which has been anything close to a biblical portrayal. And if he is a Christian minister, you would figure you would do that, right? Let's ask Creflo Dollar, a very, very rich guy who has a jet now, jet setting all around the world. He says he needs that jet. Why he can't take some of his wealth and make a great biblical movie? They have a distribution network because their congregation is so large within their church and online. So I don't find any reason to say that they wouldn't get distribution for their film and make their money back in return. They would. In fact, their ministry is global. So let's ask these ministers why they have not done that. And let's ask the people in Hollywood, who are some of the most powerful African Americans, why they have not done that. And see what their answer is. And let's stop pointing the finger at Hollywood and getting upset at Hollywood. It's been very consistent in their agenda, which is basically whitewashing these films and being racist, overtly racist. Let's pose the question to the right people. And that's my thoughts on that. This is Qesankh for Project Illuminated, and that's all for now.